And you and Henry Cuellar and Cindy Gonzalez, in a bipartisan way, came up with some money, and now the state has matched that. So over the last 18 months, the port of Port Mansfield is now a deep water port. Problem is, Deepwater Port, it collaborates with the inland ports of Roma and Rio Grande City. We need, and Governor Abbott agrees in my conversation a few days ago with him, we need a border security, homeland security broadband service between this river and the checkpoints. It's no man's land in the middle. So thanks to you and the money and dredging, now we've got all this commerce going back and forth, okay? So we need border broadband for homeland security. Homeland security on the federal side needs it. DPS, emergency management needs it. We need FM radio along that middle point, that no man's land between the river and the checkpoints.
I'm glad we were able to help some, but the sad fact is that the state and local governments are having to fill the gap left by the failure of the federal government to do its job. And yes, we need more infrastructure. Yes, we need more boots on the ground. Yes, we need better technology. This is a federal issue because it's a national issue. It's not just up to the border communities here and the state of Texas. But I'm grateful to the Department of Public Safety and the Texas National Guard and to Governor Abbott and the state leadership for filling the gap left by the failures of the administration. But in the meantime, we'll try to do the best we can. Yes, sir.
These Chinese that are coming over, the increase has been astounding, right? Are they being released or are they being deported? Because, you know, the tri-states are being deported, everybody else is being deported. What's happening to these Chinese?
Well, the truth is that, as I learned from the Yuma sector recently, that they're seeing people from 176 countries that speak 200 languages. So this is a global phenomenon. It's not just a local phenomenon. And then, so it shouldn't surprise anybody if Chinese nationals show up and are detained at the border. And we don't know how many have gotten through, the so-called gotaways, who are trying to avoid the border patrol. So we don't really know what the scope of the problem is. But under current practices, if they claim asylum, then they're likely to be released into the interior of the United States with a notice to appear for a future court hearing. And the truth is, most of the times they don't show up. And so, as I said earlier, the Border Patrol has taught me an important lesson by saying there have to be consequences to doing it the wrong way. We want people to immigrate to the United States legally, but we don't know what the motivation of these folks are, what they are going to do once they make their way into our local communities, and that ought to be of concern to all of us. You've heard the words national security. This is a national security threat because we don't know, are these people who are on the terrorist watch list? We don't know whether they come from places like Iran, where the Revolutionary Guard has been identified at the border. We just don't know, and that's the product of failed enforcement policies where we need to know who is coming to the United States and what their reasons are, and they need to do it the right way, not the wrong way.
2 more questions, folks.
I have a question before you